Okay, so today, kind of a webinar, hopefully 30 minutes or so, to go over some of the sales analysis tool. Really the detail by family and detail report for those that are already on the tools and familiar with the sales analysis tool. So before we go there, just kind of a quick on kind of overview on approach on with Tools2BFirst and how we do this. Basically, the idea is automated decision-making information. Basically everything is automated. In most cases, the tools are emailed to you on a daily basis. And number two, we really try to grow and maximize what's already working, and you'll see that by looking at some of these sales analysis tools that we have. And then really number three is obviously you want to improve or even eliminate what's not working within your business or operation. That's kind of the approach that we use in general for Tools2BFirst, and how we try to help provide tools that'll help your business. Okay. All right. So this screenshot in the upper left, there's some operations and businesses out there that do these type of award boards. Basically, they have pictures and put up on a wall or screen somewhere with different price points to really kind of track how merchandise is doing, different categories, different price points. So obviously this takes up a lot of time for people to put this together and keep up to date. So essentially what we can do with the sales analysis tool is basically essentially replace that information. So we'll take a look at what we call basically the electronic award board today, again, which is part of the sales analysis tool. So the folks that are already on the tool, this will hopefully be a good review for you. And again, any questions, please stop me. Okay, so today, again, this is the sales analysis tool. This tool gets updated on a daily basis and is actually updated in the Google Drive. So basically a shared drive that you have access to. And so today we're going to focus, look at two tabs, the detail by family and then the detail report tab. So in this case, we'll start with the detail by family. And what we're doing here, basically, if we go to the very top, row 1, we have a couple of categories selected. So we're looking at upholstery, motion, bedroom, dining, home office, occasional recliners, and entertainment. So those are the categories we have selected. So essentially what we want to understand, this is essentially what we call our best sellers report. So what this does is basically looks at all the families in those categories, and it's going to sort by 120-day margin dollars. We feel that's a key metric to measure the performance overall in the business. We look at 120 days, as again, we feel that 120 days or roughly 4 months is a sufficient amount of time to generate history on a particular family and merchandise. And then the second piece of that is the margin dollars. Obviously, margin dollars is a key metric because it's basically measuring the return, or basically an ROI number on each family level. And there's several other filters on this, what we call the pivot table. You can go to a subcategory level here. You can look at just special orders or non-special orders. And when we get to the Detail Report 2 tab, which is right next to this one, you'll see that. But basically, we are able to pull special order SKUs and non-special order SKUs all into one single view. And that's been some of the deficiencies, if you will, with some of the point-of-sale systems out there, that the inability to pull both special orders and non-special orders together and see how they're doing. Okay. And then let's see here. So what this does is going to list basically your top-selling family at the top. So again, it's sorted by the 120-day margin dollars. So in this particular case, the Southern Motion 883 family is at the top based on that metric, generating $20,472 margin dollars over the last 4 months for this particular company. And the other piece we call the award board, because we have the ability to basically pull in and embed pictures into this tool. So it gives you an idea. Again, you can clearly print this out again, it's a great tool as you're coming up on market, be able to sort this by category and print this out as you meet with your different vendors at the market. So I'll kind of go across the columns here at the top. So column E is, again, just a measure of 120-day sales for that family. You have 120-day margin dollars. You have margin percent for that family. And then column H is basically your sales velocity, your turns. So this is how many you're selling of that family, per month over the last 4 months. So in this case, the Southern Motion 883, 13.3 pieces of that family per month. And then next to that is the 365-day quantity per month. So 5.7 per month over the last year. So you can see essentially almost a 3x increase in turns or sales velocity on just that one family in this business, going from 5.7 over last year per month versus 13.3 per month over the last 4 months.
Hey, Brian, quick question.
Sure.
What if it's a fairly new item that you brought in 4 months ago?
If it's a fairly new item, it probably won't have obviously much turn rate. You'll just have to note that as far as items that are new. The other thing you can look at is, especially when we get to detail, is we have this basically an aging, so you can see how many days since it's been received into the system.
Okay, so there it tells you.
Yeah.
Okay.
That'll give you kind of indication. But again, column N is how many you have on floor of that particular family. Q is how many you have in the warehouse. And then we just looked at this day since received. So the oldest item has been was received basically 196 days ago from that one 883 family. Same in this case, the same for the next column over, which is just looking at warehouse days since received. Okay. So again, the idea is that the ones at the top of the list are ones that are working for you from an overall business standpoint. The ones at the bottom are essentially that we call underperforming or poor performance. There could be a case where they're fairly new items, as Bobby mentioned as well. You have to take note of that. So again, fairly quickly, we're looking at several categories here, but again, we can do, if we want to just look at, for example, upholstery. It'll bring all the, just looking at your best-selling upholstery family, so it'll give you a quick list. There are cases where we don't have pictures for certain families, and so basically it's dependent on the client or company to go pull those pictures and put that into the sales analysis folder. And then basically once that's done, you turn the picture filter on and it automatically uploads the pictures into this tool. Okay. Let's see. Any other questions on this kind of family view? Okay, so let me go back here. Look at maybe motion. Okay, so again, the Southern Motion 883 is the top selling motion family for this company, as well as the best overall as well, best-selling family of those several categories. So now, okay, we understand that 883 is the best-selling family, but what SKUs or items working and not
Brian,
working?
you could use snapshots too, right? Just taken by a cell phone to plug those in?
Yes. All they have to be is JPEG files, and basically they have, for example, this next one, which we don't have a picture of, this Motion 843. Basically, if you have a picture of that, just upload that into the sales analysis tool folder and call it FOUTH and then space 843.jpg. Basically, the family name has to match the name of the file for the picture. So, yep. Okay. All right. So again, this 883 is the top-selling family. We understand what items are selling and not selling or working in that one family. If that's the case, we're going to go to the Detail Report To tab. So in this case, I can go, let's see. So at the top, row 1, again, we have several filters selected: upholstery, motion, bedroom, dining, home office, occasional recliners, entertainment, and outdoor. And again, just to highlight, if you see a cell, it's color red here, like D1, basically it makes it very visible or visual, so you can see that something's been selected. So if you step away from your computer and come back, you just remember that you've filtered on something. So that's the idea behind that. So in this case, again, the Southern Motion 883 is the best-selling family. We want to look at the details. So if you look at the item ID, since it's a star FLM SOU, basically that's an indication that's a special order SKU. So the Southern Motion 883 is the top-selling family. The top-selling SKU is actually a special order. So it's going to give you all the details with description 1 and description 2 as far as what's selling. Again, this armless chair is at the top. It has again $1,292 or $1,292 in 120-day sales. There's your margin dollars, and that's why this item is at the top based on that margin dollars, $772. There's the margin percent. We have average price sold, and then we get your basically your sales turns on that particular item. Again, before that, the detail by family view is just going to give you the high level total for that family. The detail view is going to give you all the details, all the items within that family. Okay. So again, you can kind of scroll down to see which. The idea is to give you visibility into what color, frame, fabric, what's working from your business standpoint. So that's the idea with giving access to all the details here. Okay. And then if I scroll down here, this row, it's a little hard to see maybe on your end, but the row 59 I have highlighted there. That's going to give you your total for that family. So that information will match what you have here on the detail by family for that Southern Motion 883. Okay. Okay. So again, there's several things you can do here. Obviously, we can maybe we can look at, for example, we just want to look at Ashley in this case. So it's going to give all the details. So this is in this particular case, the best-selling Ashley family is the 693, which is the bedroom. So it's going to give you all the details on what's selling and not selling. Okay. From the Ashley. So again, you can filter and sort by category. You can sort by vendor. The other thing is, let me select. Let's see. Motion. And we can select Southern Motion here, and you can. So this is looking at special orders and non-special orders. Again, you can scroll to the bottom here. Let's page up. So Southern Motion, 162,000 in total 120-day sales for Southern Motion, and if we want to understand how much of that is special orders. Basically, we can go to special order, so I'm in row 5 here, and just select yes. So this will just give me all the special orders here. So 48,000 in total sales out of about 162, so a little over 25% of this particular company's business is special orders with Southern Motion, and it's basically 75% stock orders. Okay. You also have that capability to do that here as well. So let me clear that. Go back to all vendors and all special orders. Okay. The other thing nice about this this tool here is we can look at if we want to look at just items that you have in the warehouse but not on the floor. we can do that. So we're going to go to row 8. And in this case, you're not going to have a yes or no. Basically, you want to, these are all basically give you quantities. So you want to remove or deselect 0 and deselect blank and hit OK. Okay, so what happened is basically now we're looking at several categories here that we had selected up here previously, and now we're just looking at items that you have in the warehouse but not on the floor. And you can see here in column S, everything is red. So again, the red cell means it's in the warehouse, but you don't have any on the floor. So this, for example, this first item, bed frame, there's 9 in the warehouse, but none on the floor. Again, there's some reasons, for example, if you're showing a king and you have a queen in the warehouse, there's going to be some reasons why you would have merchandise in the warehouse but not on the floor, as well as stocking purposes. So then you can quickly, probably several here. So in this case, there's a total of 332 items from those categories that are in the warehouse but not on the floor. Okay. Again, you have we're looking at all those categories, but if you wanted to just look at just the bedroom category items, you can do that as well. Okay. So then it brings up just the bedroom-related category items that you have in the warehouse but not on the floor. Okay. Okay. And again, the key thing here that throughout both this detail report 2 and this detail by family, everything is going to be sorted by 120-day margin dollars because that's the key metric to focus on. So again, essentially everything at the top of the list are things that are working well in your business, and the ones at the bottom are either new or basically are not working or not performing. So the ones that are that are not new and not and underperforming, you may want to look at either trying to clearance or make a strategic decision to maybe start reducing some of that product in your business operation. Okay. Again,
hey Brian,
yeah,
can I ask a quick question? I'm sorry.
Yep, go ahead.
Is there a way of, because I'm as you're doing your thing, I'm doing mine. Is there a way of seeing like a total dollar amount that that you have that's in your warehouse but not on your floor? Is there like a grand total of dollars sitting there?
Let's see. Not in this view, and some of the open to buy or inventory sum, it should give you a total.
Okay.
Warehouse inventory. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, but not on this view. Let's see here. I think here. Yeah. So in some cases we have we are putting totals like the at the top. It's not warehouse related, but this row 1, you can see here the
yeah.
That item there. So that row gives you the totals. So in that, before I was scrolling to the bottom, but that information is actually at the top. So
gotcha. Okay.
As well. Yeah.
Thank you.
Sure. Okay. All right. Any other questions on this? Either the detail by family or detail report 2 tabs here in the sales analysis. Again, like I mentioned up front, this file gets updated every day. So if you're playing around in it and you overwrite something, don't worry about it. You're going to get a new tool the very next day. So that's the good thing about this. Okay. All right.
Looks
I
good.
think that's all I have. Any other questions?
No, it looks good, really good, Brian, and I appreciate you taking the time to show us this. I need to spend more time looking at this, so thank you.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Yep.
Thanks, Brian.
Appreciate time.
Yes,
For
thank you.
those on the phone, are there any other
Mhm.
topics that you'd like to see a webinar about? Are there any other reports that you think would be worthwhile to dig a little bit deeper into?
I think what would be if we could do it, sharing successes using the tool to be first. Like if is there a report buried somewhere? Is there something that just kind of blew your mind? Like I was playing with the zip code analysis last night that I just happened to come across, and I lost myself with a couple hours just looking at it. So it'd be nice to be able to share, like, okay, what does Dewey, what do you look at mostly? Like, what do you like to concentrate on? Just some best practices with using tools to be first.
Okay.
Mhm.
That's good, Josh.
Does anyone have anything else?
Okay. All right. Well, I appreciate everyone's time. I know everyone's busy, but I appreciate you taking time out to listen to the webinar today.
Very
All right.
nice.
Thanks again, Brian.
Thanks again, Brian.
Thank
Appreciate it,
you.
man.
Thank
Take
you.
care,
Have a good day.
everyone.
All right, you too. See ya.
Bye.